there, this is Carrie with the Sammons Fam. We are a down-to-earth family from Central Ohio. We both left our traditional careers several years ago and decided to say yes to a more organic way of living with our kiddos. We have loved journeying through life with a different rhythm. For our vocation, we work together sharing the gift of natural wellness. And whenever it seems like God is opening up the door for us to join Him on a grand adventure, we say yes. This is our joyful journey. Hello, friends. It's Carrie Sammons here in New Albany, Ohio, coming to you live with episode 2 of telling you about the Sammons Fam mission to Madagascar. And it was so fun being live with you yesterday and getting so much positive feedback. And one of the things that I learned later on in the day, this is so cool and serendipitous, is that yesterday was Madagascar's Independence Day. It was the celebration of their Independence Day. So I just thought, how cool is it that I was able to bring all this extra attention from our little corner and little pocket of the world to bring some more focus to the beautiful island of Madagascar. So welcome, friends that are jumping on here. Hope you're doing great. And my focus today is to share with you where exactly we're going in Madagascar and what we're going to be doing and who we're going to be kind of joining forces with. So yesterday I got to spend a lot of time sharing about the backstory of how it is that our family's going to this remote part of the world that most people where I live don't even know how to find it on the map. So just a quick refresher, Madagascar is the island. I have it highlighted in the globe behind me. And it's the 4th largest island in the world. And hopefully I can get my map and not backwards today. I'm trying this a little differently, but this is the island of Madagascar. It's off the coast of Africa, and it's a really large island, the 4th largest island in the world. And so we are going to have some awesome adventures. We're going to spend most of the month of July there with our family. And I want to give you kind of a taste of what we're doing because honestly, one of the reasons we're going there is not only because I fell in love with Madagascar 18 years ago when I used to live there, but I have felt ever since then that it was my responsibility to just bring attention to the island there, the culture, to let people know more about the beauty that's there and the people. I think one of the things that was really interesting as we've been preparing our family for this trip is that we went to the library and we checked out all sorts of books and DVDs, and there's plenty of information and DVDs on the flora and the fauna, right? Because there's so much diversity and there's so many cool things there that are found nowhere else on the planet, but no documentaries that we could find in English anyhow that were on the Malagasy people. And so we just feel a responsibility and a calling and an excitement and joy to highlight the people there and their customs and their culture and the beautiful things that they make. And anyhow, so what we're doing, oh, thank you, Danielle's chiming in that she loves my earrings. These were actually handmade in Madagascar, and I'm going to talk about the organization that you will want to know about because you might want to find something like this on their website. And my bracelet too, do you notice that? Danielle, my friend who is in Madagascar right now, her and her family are missionaries there, and we can't wait to get there and finally meet you face to face. So what we're doing the very first week in Madagascar, we're going to fly into the capital city, and we're going to be staying here. And the capital city is called Antananarivo, or Tana for short. And we are going to be staying in I actually used to live there. When I lived in Madagascar, that's the city where I lived. And so one of the things I'm really excited to do is to meet up with friends that are still there. I've actually spent a lot of time today trying to connect back with friends of mine that are still there. I was teaching English. I partnered with a church there that had an English club, and I I don't know, I think this English club is still active, but I had the honor of getting to work together with people that were sharpening their English skills. I worked with adult students in the evening and then younger students during the daytime. And I've remained in touch with some of them. And so I am excited to take my family and introduce them to my friends that are still there in Madagascar. Many of them, because they had really good English and French skills, have since transplanted to France and Malawi and different parts of the world. Some of them actually live here in the United States now, and we've connected. But so I'm trying to find my friends that are still in Madagascar. So if you're out there and you see this, please comment so that we can connect. And so that's one of my main hopes, is to get my family to the small community where I lived in the capital city. But what we're going to be doing, the main project there, is we are connecting with my friend Michael O'Day and an organization that he has founded called Elevatus. And I'm going to link this in the comments here so you all can find this. But we are partnering to help build a school in the capital city. A group of them went last summer and got a matching grant from the Healing Hands Foundation with doTERRA to get the first part of the school up and going. And the community there was so impressed by what's happening that they've donated land so that continued classrooms could be built on. So that's what we're going to be doing for the first week, is getting as much progress as can be made, especially with a 7, 9, and 11-year-old kid. We'll probably be painting and playing with the kids and hopefully making some good progress on getting some additional classrooms and parts of this school. And this is like what would be considered a secondary school, because the kids there, the government pays for schooling up to a certain age, and then if they're going to go forward in their schooling, the families themselves have to pay for that. So they have to come up with the school fees, the uniform fees, the busing, the transportation to get their kids. And so a lot of kids in Madagascar just age out, and at that point become, they're kind of, I don't know, there's a lot of sad things that are happening there in terms of turning to indentured servitude. There's trafficking issues that is huge in Madagascar, and that's one of the things that we really want to just bring to light and kind of draw attention to, and have people be praying for the people of Madagascar. This school is giving kids an opportunity to learn trades and to continue forward in their schooling so that they have more doors open to them and they don't have to be trapped in kind of these cycles of poverty that happen with so many of the kids there. And so that's what we're doing for the first week, and we're still hoping to raise more funds for getting all the work done that needs to be done while we're there. And of course, most of the work is going to be done by the Malagasy people that are already on the ground helping, because truth be told, I mean, I don't bring tons of skill to the table to building a school, but we are bringing a lot of heart and soul and hopefully having fun with the kids while we're at it. So, hey, hello to all the friends that keep jumping on here. Okay, so after our week there in the capital city, then we're going to be flying up to Majunga, and that is right up here on this coast. You can see that, Majunga. And that is where very dear friends of ours live, Jamie and Alyssa Schottenberg, and they have been missionaries there for years. And I actually met Jamie's parents. Bonnie and Rich Schottenberg were missionaries there when I lived in Madagascar. So that's how I got linked up with this family. So now this is second generation missionaries, and they have created some amazing ministries. I'm going to link their info in the comments here too, so you can find them. But all of their ministries are under the umbrella called Red Island Restoration. And one of the things that you've probably heard me talk about on here is the Sarubidi Maternity Center. And it is amazing what's going on there. They're offering safe birth choices and options for these moms that are really the ones that, these moms and babies that are often the most marginalized, the ones that are not going anywhere and maybe privately trying to have these babies on their own. And then the mom is in danger and the baby's in danger. And the infant mortality rate and the mom mortality rate is really high there. And so Alyssa is a certified nurse practitioner and midwife, and Danielle Karlstrom, who's also on here, she's a midwife, and they have been training amazing groups of Malagasy midwives, and they have a whole center there that's a birth center now. So they've been approved to do birth there. They have got a grant for an ambulance, and the things that are going on there are amazing. And they're really at capacity, though. They're needing to, they have so many more moms and babies that want to be part of this program than they have space or capacity. So we're really hoping to bring attention to that. So many of you, if you have your heartstrings nudged, you might want to get on board and help support them with us. The women, once they graduate from the maternity center, several of them get to go into this other program called the Sarobidi Handmade Creations of Madagascar. And they make the most amazing things, these earrings, this bracelet that I have on. I have all of our favorite baskets that we get from Madagascar. And here's two of my favorite things that I just recently got when I visited Jamie and Alyssa when they were home for their furlough in Santa Barbara. But look at this. I love everything rainbow. I was like, I'll take every single rainbow basket and trivet that you have. And Alyssa can attest to that. So I just love the creations, the things that they make with their own hands in Madagascar. And so you can actually go onto the website and shop and buy some of these jewelry pieces, and there's all sorts of things on there. So I'll put a link to that as well. So we're really excited. They have 3 kids that are the same ages as our 3 kids, and they get along beautifully. Our kids are most excited for the time there so that they can just have playtime with friends. So we're staying with them, and we're hoping to do things like, one of the other things that they're involved with is helping to reforest Madagascar. Because if you know anything about Madagascar, one of the tragedies is that they use slash and burn techniques. They still cook with charcoal. There's a lot of reasons why they're sadly burning down the forest. And so Jamie and Alyssa, and they have a whole group of people that they've employed, and they partner with Eden Reforestation to help reforest the mangroves and the dry deciduous forests of Madagascar. And so we're really hoping that the tide is right when we're there and we can maybe go out for a planting day. Jamie, you'll have to keep us posted, but we're really praying for that. And then our last several days, our last like 5 days in Madagascar, we're going up to the tiny little island off the coast. Let me see if it's, yeah, it's labeled on here. It's called, it looks like Nosy Bay, but it's actually pronounced Nosy Bay, which means big island, even though it's really small. But that is where the precious ylang-ylang oil is harvested and distilled. And I think I'm just gonna put some of this on right now because I love it so much, and it just takes me right back to Madagascar. Oh my gosh, the smell memories are so strong, isn't it? When you smell something that just takes you back to a place in time, even 18 years ago, it can be that powerful. And we are really hoping to go on a tour to see the ylang-ylang where it grows and to see the distillery. And then also doTERRA, last year they launched the resources to help fund a mobile women's health clinic there. And so we're really, really hoping that we can link up with whoever's the point person on the ground there and just encourage them, take them a bunch of oils to give them. We're also doing Days for Girls. We're going to take a bunch of Days for Girls. They're reusable, washable feminine hygiene kits that we're taking to the maternity center to use as like postpartum kits. And so maybe we'll take a few of those up to Nosy Bay and show them these beautiful kits and give them a pattern so that they can have that to offer for the women that come to the mobile health clinic. So anyhow, we would really covet your prayers for all of those different things that we're doing, because we're planning it as much as possible. But I've also learned when you go on these types of adventures, you have to be flexible, and some things are just left up to chance. And really what I would say are left up to like radical answered prayers. So our prayer is that we are able to connect with the people that we're meant to connect to, and that we can encourage people when we're there. Up in Nosy Bay, there's such a remote part of the world, and there's a lot of hard things that are going on with Nosy Bay. It's sadly, it is known as being a place of sex trafficking and sex tourism, and we just have a heart to pray for that part of the world, that they can, that first of all, that doTERRA, I know that as I talked to Emily Wright, like we're just trying to promote the heck out of ylang ylang, because the more people that want to buy this oil, the more jobs it's actually creating in Nosy Bay, so that these women feel like they have another option rather than selling their bodies, And so we just want to go and encourage the people there and love on them and let them know that what they're doing is counting and matters to us, and that we have so many oil users around the world that are praying them forward. So anyhow, that is today's episode, giving you some inner workings of what we're going to be doing, what we're hoping and praying to have the opportunity to do when we're there. And I can't wait to share more of the story. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to share some of our packing tips and how it is that we prep and plan for traveling with a family of 5 for a month and going to all these different places. So, all right, thanks for joining me today. I hope you all are great. Feel free to ask your questions in the comments, and I just really appreciate all the support. Love y'all.